I brought back the milk! I brought the milk! Yeah, so that was my very first red-eye flight, and it was on a budget airline. So I wasn't gonna take this airline. But the person that was supposed to book my flights didn't read my contract for something properly. Yeah, they had one job. So like they didn't read my contract for it properly, and they didn't know that like the place I was going to wasn't gonna be the one booking my flight, but that they in fact were the ones that were supposed to book my flight. So they didn't tell me that until like a week before. They didn't figure out that until a week before, so then by that time we had like the worst possible flight options. So I flew into a place like 5 hours away, like a 5-hour drive away from the actual place that I needed to go for work this past weekend. And it just so happened to be the S airline. That was absolutely terrible. So it was worst possible times, worst possible flights with the worst possible airline. And I would say that the entire weekend, despite being very busy, very tired, I got a grand total of like 6 hours of sleep the entire trip. And I did not eat either. It wasn't my fault that I didn't eat though. Like this time it wasn't my fault. Somebody else had the job of making sure I was fed and getting lots of rest. And they did not feed me. And every time I said to them, well, I'm not feeling good, or I'm tired, or I'm hungry, they would just be like, oh, but I had it worse. They're like, oh, well, I'm feeling worse than you. Or, you know, at least we're suffering together, or whatever. And I'm just like, who is it? Somebody, the same person that was supposed to book that flight and stuff. Yeah, you guys don't know them. Yeah. But Ami did her very best despite all of that. This person spent 6 hours the night before my work was supposed to start. Trauma dumping on me about things that, to be honest, I do not sympathize with. Not even a little bit. And so that night I got according to Pokemon Sleep, I got 2.5 hours of sleep. The night before I was supposed to have some really important work and stuff. Yeah. But the people at the thing that I was actually at, the people that were running the event that I was actually at, were very kind to me. Very what's it called? Accommodating. Very kind and very nice. So it's all thanks to those people. The Chads that were running this thing that I was at. This thing that I was at. The whole team running it. And the people that invited me to come there in the first place. Thanks to them, my weekend was not horrible. Thanks to them, it actually was some of the nicest times I've ever had, despite it also being some of the most physically and emotionally uncomfortable times I've ever had. So the person who messed up, did you know them or something? Technically we work together professionally. Yeah, technically we work together in a professional capacity. Like they were there to help me. In like a... Gosh, this is so hard. In a completely unrelated to PRISM management sense. No. It was not another VTuber. No. Yeah, it was like a completely unrelated to PRISM management sense. I think in the entertainment industry, there's a lot of people that are not able to distinguish between being professionally working with somebody. So being professional, being friends, and being fans. And so there are some people that I think this was one of those times. Or like even if you are friends with them, you know, if they know that you're going to be if they know that you need to have your body in peak condition over the weekend or something like that, then it's probably like in a professional sense it's not the best time to do it, you know. Do you have to work with them regularly? I hope not. Yeah, but I'm reevaluating that right now. Ultimately, it's up to me. Ultimately, it's up to me whether or not I want to continue that kind of professional relationship. And I am like very, very much reevaluating that professional relationship right now. So, yeah, I wish I could just like tell you guys outright like what I mean, but you can kind of get what I mean, you know. And it's also like, if you want to give them feedback about how well they're working with you, but then at the same time they tell you like, oh, I value your opinion more than anybody else's in the world, so if you were to say something negative to me, then I would completely break. Yes, they said that to me while asking for my feedback. Like, how can you possibly be honest about your feedback to somebody who tells you that, you know, that they would break if you thought anything negative about them, you know? So that's kinda, yeah. Yeah, so now you guys kind of understand what Ami was going through over the weekend. But I'm really happy to be back here. Happy to be back on stream with my frog champs. And it's, yeah. The idle life is a struggle sometimes. Ami, I went through the exact same situation. Sometimes you have to be honest and bite the bullet. I almost didn't and it caused a major issue. What they did was wholly unprofessional. I'm sorry you had to go through that as well, Tono. I'm really, really sorry. It's that kind of like, it's very manipulative behavior. And it's also like kind of, I learned recently what love bombing was as well. It was kind of that as well. And you just gotta like be willing to be honest and put your foot down. And I'm going to have a conversation with that person about like my honest feelings very soon. But first I'm taking a little time to rest and relax with my frog champs. Yes. Honestly, I'm really impressed. Oh yeah. So that person that I was talking about earlier, who didn't treat me very well over the weekend. I was talking with a group of friends about Gundam, and they popped into the conversation and they were like, "Oh yeah, G-Witch, Witch from Mercury, that's gotta be in my bottom 3 Gundams. I hate it." And then all of us were like, "Huh? Huh?" This person said that their favorite is Iron-Blooded Orphans. Yes, that is the one that is their favorite. And I do get the feeling that it might be because the MC has sex in the Gundam. That might be why.